In this video, I'm going to demonstrate backstitch. You'll notice that I already have a small stitch in the fabric already, and that my thread is exiting out of the back of the fabric. Backstitch is a very strong stitch because you're basically doubling your stitch over. And the secret to backstitch is that you are going to come up about as far away from your first stitch as you want your stitch to be long. Notice that I'm using the side of the edge of my needle to draw it along the fabric till I find the location that I want, and then I can simply push my needle forward. I pull my needle up, and I'm going to go down, touching the previous stitch. So I'm going back to the previous stitch. Again, I'm going to come up the distance I want to go from my original stitch, push my needle up, and I'm going to go down, touching the previous stitch. Now you'll notice a difference immediately between backstitch and running stitch in that there's no space of fabric showing between the stitches. You have a continuous line. This is done in embroidery as a technique to create lines in embroidery. And it's also used in sewing because it gives you an extra strong line of stitching. And if we flip the fabric over, you can see that we have actually doubled over or crossed over each stitch. So each stitch is basically reinforced on the back of the fabric with a double line of stitching. So you come up the distance you want to go from your stitch, push forward, bring your thread up, and go down touching the previous stitch. And I'll do one last stitch using the side of my needle to find my seam line, pressing upward, pull the needle all the way through, don't allow any slack on the back, and going down through the fabric. And that is backstitch.